left my country because of war.
Yeah, you ask me why I leave my country. It was the conflict, tribal conflict.
Inaonekana mzuri sana. Atauza iko na attract wa customer.
Yasaidia watu wote kulima ama kufuga.
Tomorrow I will be a woman, can have a story of success. I've built up a house. I feel great.
Living life as a refugee is hard because when people make the decision to leave their home country because of displacement by factors like war and threats to their lives, they carry nothing more than the clothes on their bodies, leaving behind memories and livelihoods. Programs like giving refugees craft skills and entrepreneurship are important because they help to shift the refugees from states of vulnerability to being capable actors. This is Anne Mpanga, a refugee from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. She is a refugee under Lusaka's Makeni Transit Refuge Center. Like all refugees whose stories you are about to hear, Anne had to make the difficult decision to leave what used to be her home in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, carrying nothing more than the clothes on her body.
So mwamini wanakambata kansi sufu nika kuenda ku kampu kuja hospital hospitali.
They said since I wasn't well, I wasn't supposed to go to the camp because the hospital isn't near. We stayed here for a year before they connected us to Caritas. They said Caritas wanted to help us. We were registered and we started the training. They trained us how to cook, baking cakes and scones, and how to start a business. Then they gave us money, 4,000 kwacha. They gave her 2,000 kwacha, and I was also given 2,000 kwacha, and we put it together. We used to roast fish on a brazier. That's when they said we needed a proper machine for this. That's how we were trained again on how to roast chicken, fish, and we bought that machine which is outside, and we started the business. Days later, Caritas called us again and gave us extra money, and we invested it in the business too. Then we thought roasting the meat just for our customers wasn't good enough. We then started to advertise our services. We started negotiating with those hosting kitchen parties to roast their chicken or fish products. From the time Caritas gave us the money, life has changed. We used to suffer. Now we can even manage to prepare breakfast for our children.
While most refugees in Zambia are in camps and resettlement sites in rural areas like Mantapala, Maheba, and Mayukwayukwa, there are lots of other refugees who have to live in urban centers like Lusaka, mainly for health reasons. Urban refugees must negotiate complex social relations with family, friends, and the communities in which they are hosted in order to survive. Otambwe Kateni knows this. He is a positive man. He believes when a human being is in a country like Zambia where there is peace, and if the person has hands, a brain and legs, there's nothing the person's minds can conceive that the person cannot do. Walter has left behind his fears of what the future might be like after fleeing from a brutal ethnic war in the Democratic Republic of Congo. He is grateful to Caritas Czech Republic for setting him up for success with initial capital in his sculpture business.
Sometimes if I want to wash my face, I used to ask something, they used to sweep. It was the first time. And then I tried to get the information that I'm a refugee. Yeah, you ask me why I leave my country. It was the conflict, tribal conflict. It was very terrible. If I think it not be comfortable. They were helping people and they ran away. When we arrived here, I see that in Zambia there is peace. I asked for the refugee camp. I went for the first time. When I used to complete my papers, I was arrested by the immigration. I went in Kamwala, stayed there for 20 days, and they sent us to Maeba. When I sent us to Maeba, I come here because I didn't feel well. I went to the hospital, they gave me a medical. After medical, I started to look for the life here. I was some clothes, nice clothes, what I ran away with. I tried to sell it. I have something like 200, and I started to buy these. If someone came, I buy 3 pieces. The 3 pieces will become 10 pieces, 10 pieces, 20 pieces. And then I asked a friend, oh no, there is an exhibition from Kabulonga. It's the Saturday, every Saturday. I started to go there. I managed a bit for my life. And then someone came and said, no, there is a Caritas who can help the people. We didn't know. Daddy, if you are doing in art, they can support you. And I went to meet Mubanga. She put me in the program. The first program we started, it was in Kamwala Saf. We learned how to do this and how to do this and that. And then the second program, I had the paper here that said, no, they can support you for doing in art, plastic art, painting. There is a program. Caritas helped us. They gave us some money. It was about pin. You can buy material and then you can do yourself. And then we buy. They must show also people that the Zambian kept us very, very nice. They give us all the opportunity to live a normal life.
Women refugees like Providence Buingwa, a refugee from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, are always at greater risk of torture, violence, or intimidation in their countries of origin, during flight across borders, in refugee camps, or detention, and during resettlement. Because of this, it is possible that humanitarian professionals working with women refugees like Providence can overly focus on the trauma story of the refugees to the neglect of the enormous strength of refugees to be resilient. With this, Providence runs a successful garden at Mayukoyuko Refugee Resettlement Center, and now she can think about the future like other human beings living in a world where it is free and right to hope for a better world.
I'm from Congo. I left Congo 2004. I left my country because of war. was no peace. People were killing each other, and from that time my parents were killed. That's how we fled from Congo, looking a country which can have a peace. That's how we found Zambia, and Zambia really is a peaceful country. Our country had no peace. But from background, we used to hear Zambia is being a peaceful country and is a Christian nation. So whoever who was coming here and coming back to our country was saying that Zambia is good. So everyone at the time we were learning was heading to Zambia. From our country, they use this lake to, whoever used to come out of the lake immediately to Zambia. So we are following friends who were coming here, seeking that peace. Okay, we were worried of where are we going to stay, how are we going to live. But immediately when we came in, people were helping us, telling us there's a UN who can help you. That's how we were directed to Home Affairs, and good enough, they welcomed us. They gave us some papers and gave us where to settle. That's how they gave us a study to come in Mayopa. And at the time we arrived here, it was not easy. We were given some things to use, like a small piece of land where we can put our settlement and some equipments like hoes and pots, such a things. But later, Caritas came in to help, because that was not enough. Yes, everyone was given a piece of land, but where to start to? So they could go around checking of what you can. That's how they gave us. They gave us a training so that everyone can choose on her own or his own what is capable of doing. I came up with the idea of a garden, and they promised to support me. They gave me a little support, but of which has helped me, at least my livelihood, to be like this. At least I'm able to find something to eat, to dress my children. Much better, I'm trying. From the time I thought of a garden, I asked for a land, and they gave me this piece of land which is nearby water. I started a small garden. It was that side, and it could do better. They could follow us visiting, Caritas giving us trainings, and at least wherever you are failing, like giving us a treatment of these plants. Then the first harvest that I had, it gave me another little capital which I have used to start a small shop there. At least in the morning I'm here within the garden. By the day, from 10 hours up to 16 to 17, I've got a small shop that I'm running that side. I'm expecting to be a great woman because I'm a single mother. I've got 6 children that I'm taking care of. 2 are mine, 4 are just orphans that I came with. But as I see life the way it goes, I started from zero. I was given that capital and knowledge. Actually, that knowledge that you have given me, it has helped me to go further. Day by the day, I'm seeing the future will be bright. At the time I started, I could not have buying shoes for my children, but at least they could not go at school barefooted the way it used to be. At least eating, the way we used to eat, is not the way we are eating today. I'm able even to buy like meat or other things that children could want. So I see that at least tomorrow I will be a woman, can have a story of success. I've built up a house. At least I used to stay in this thatched house, but now the roof at least can be seen from UNHCR. They are able to see my house. I feel great.
Long after the guns have fallen silent in Angola, Timothy Soframento has chosen to remain in Zambia thanks to the country's strategic framework for the local integration of former Angolan refugees in Zambia. Timothy Soframento is nearly 30 years old. He is resettled at Maheba Refugee Resettlement Center in Northwestern Province. Timothy arrived as a 7-year-old with his parents at the height of the civil war in Angola. He cannot go back home because he has no social connections to anyone in Angola. With help from Caritas Czech, Timothy has built himself a house.
I had the problem with the food at home. The life was not so good. So I applied to Caritas for help. They really accepted my request. I was supported in 2019, cultivated the soybeans. Out of the money which I was given, that was 3,000. The outcome was 4,500. T21, I was cultivating cabbage, Chinese, and also onion. Out of what I was doing, I was able to gain 15,000 this year. In 15,000, my house seemed to be small, so I planned to build a house and also to continue with my production of gardening. So the house is in the process, it's not yet finished, and also I'm still planting tomato, impua also, and the Irish potatoes I have in my garden. The plan which I had for the house, I sat down 15,000 which I gained. I had problems. The relative and also myself, we were sick, so I used 5,000 to solve the problems, and 10,000 went to the house, such that capital seems to be down. The way I planned didn't reach the price. So the prices were low on my plan, but when I went to buy the items for the house, I find that the prices were high, such that I want to continue with the agriculture, but capital has shifted to my side. Because of this, I can still have a chance to go out to the Caritas office to explain my views, so that they may help me again. And with a little knowledge I gain from Caritas, once they support me again, I can do my best. I gain a lot of knowledge. They taught me how to grow crops. They taught me how to run a business. All these are in my head.